Hey, it's Robbie Celestin from A Chatter of Fact. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for taking this journey with me. We keep meeting fun, entertaining, inspirational, and creative people, and we'll continue to do so right after this episode. This is a shortened version here of the show. It's just a little placeholder, all right? I was thinking, sometimes we get so overwhelmed by life and all that comes with being a grown-up. Occasionally, you have to put that rat race aside, if only for a moment. We all have to take time to strip away the worries and frustrations of everyday life. This mini episode is my gift to you. Just something to make you smile for the next 15 minutes or so. Consider it a breath of fresh air. Sometimes the best way to view the world is through the eyes of a child. Enjoy, everybody. We'll say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Well, good. You are listening to A Chatter of Fact. These aren't interviews, right? They're conversations. That's what these are. How old are you now?
7.5.
7.5. More than 7.5.
Yeah,
Oh
more
my
than
gosh.
7.5.
You're like a month away from 8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, folks, the last time you heard from Molly Marie Celestin, she was 4 years old. That was way back. I don't even remember what episode number that was, but it was a long time ago in a galaxy.
Far, far away.
Yes. And the first time that people heard, that this crowd heard you, they heard you because, if you remember, when you were 4 years old, I was practicing my podcast, and I would use you as like a practice guest. Remember that?
Yeah.
And you would a lot of times you would come on as a character. You were like Snow White, or you were Sleeping Beauty, or somebody else all the time.
And actually, let me just tell you, all those things I wore, they were pajamas.
Every time.
Every time.
You were in pajamas
Yeah.
every practice podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I was explaining to the audience how
I still have them.
all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, we're gonna have to work on that. I mean, that's hand-me-down material for somebody. What are you still doing with that stuff?
Wear it for good night time.
It doesn't even
Good
fit.
night.
Does it fit?
Yes, it does. It fits perfectly. It was like huge on me when I was younger. Mom bought me huge clothes.
Same clothes from when you were 4 years old fit you now that you're 7.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
From preschool, I still wear the same shorts and stuff. Because, let me tell you this, it's a little weird.
Okay.
Little weird.
All right.
I was running, and my shorts were so big on me, they fell down when I was running. Seriously.
Back when you were 4?
Yeah, when I was like 4, 3, like,
Oh,
yeah, 4.
that is serious.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Were you in public?
Yes,
Oh, man.
I was.
How did you react?
I just, like, pulled them up, and I just kept running. I didn't really react at all.
Well, you are such a big reason why I was able to be comfortable about my podcast, because after I learned how to set the equipment up, because I had an amazing person named Brian Schwab from Schwab Music. Everybody go to schwabmusic.com, by the way. And he helped set this up so that I would never need an engineer to run this stuff. But I needed practice, and you were my practice. It was so great. You helped me so much with this podcast because I was able to practice with you. And since you had all these different characters, it was like I always had a different guest, even though it was just my crazy 4-year-old daughter. But anyway, I thought it would be interesting to have you on the microphone for a little bit, because for all of those people that met you when you were 4, they can meet you now that you're 7, and wow, I mean, what a difference. I mean, right off the bat, what would you say the difference is now, like life at 7 compared to life when you were 4?
I mean, it's a little harder because you got homework. You didn't have homework in preschool. I feel like you had, actually this is a little weird. I feel like I had more people in my class in preschool than in my class at right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know if it was that different, but it felt like it?
Yeah, it feels a lot different. And we would mostly play and stuff. And I wouldn't do like the easy stuff, like the simple stuff. We would do like thousands. We start learning that in preschool. And now we do simple stuff just to review. And that's what I don't really get, actually. I would think we'd be doing like over thousands because in preschool I started to learn thousands, tens. Yeah.
Really?
But mostly in preschool we played. We had a lot of toys there.
Yeah. Well, we were teaching you. I was kind of crazy about trying to teach you how to read when you were too young. I was trying to make you read when you were 2, and that was a bad idea. But by the time you were like 3.5, I was using different techniques to teach you how to read, and you really took to it. So maybe you just ended up ahead of the game a little bit too much. So
That's exactly what Mom told me. Exactly.
Really?
That's what she told me.
Oh, so now you almost feel a little bored? Like you need more of a challenge in school? Is that
I
the
mean,
problem?
that's why Mom does like killer hard math with me. I write them in my book. Seriously.
Well, good. Let's see. What else has happened to you from 4 till 7? I'm trying to think. Since
I've grown a lot.
You're taller.
A lot.
You're taller. Your feet are almost as big as your mother's.
Yes, she can fit in my shoes.
Well, I have to say, as a father, I loved 3-year-old Molly and 4-year-old Molly. You were just so adorable. You were just little teeny tiny. And you were fun and just so adorable, And I could carry you everywhere still at 3 or 4. Now you're bigger. However, even though I miss this cute little baby that I used to hold all the time, now I have a buddy now. You've turned into a pal. Like you're my daughter, but you're who I want to watch Star Wars with. She has experienced Star Wars, which was A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Then she saw the new one, The Force Awakens. And then we recently saw Rogue One. I know Mom didn't really want you to see Rogue One.
Yeah, I could tell. She's like, well, and actually I'm going to point to her because I agree with Grandpa. She said Dad can choose. But then later at this house, like whenever we saw it, the day before we actually saw it, she said, no, you're not going to see that. And then I'm like, hey, you said that Dad could choose.
Ooh, she flip-flopped, did she? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, the funny thing about it is you had action figures from Rogue One.
Yeah, and I never opened them. I said, I'm never going to open these things until I watch the movie so I know what they're in for. And then she's like, well, that's going to be in like 2 years. And I'm like, I'll do it.
Well, so we kept her Rogue One figures in the trunk. She didn't even want to play with them because she felt like she didn't know their story. So I didn't see the movie. I can't play with these. And Molly and I went to see Rogue One. Did you love the movie?
Yes. It was a little unnerving.
Oh, unnerving.
But
did it bother you?
Well, I can't tell.
What did you love about it and what did you hate about it?
I love that, like, at first it took a while to explain the story, but then it got, like, really into it when you got a little more into the movie.
I mean, once it picked up, I feel like those last 20 minutes were just intense. Mm-hmm. Intense.
It was just, like, there's one scene here, one scene here, one scene here, one scene, and it just leads right into A New Hope. I really wish we watched it right after. Like, we could, like, if we ever get Rogue One, like, as a DVD, we could put it in, watch it, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, just all in order, just to watch them all. It
is interesting how Star Wars is, like, I don't know, maybe a year later is Empire Strikes Back, kind of.
Yeah.
And same thing with Empire Strikes Back to Return of the Jedi. But Rogue One is, like, an hour before A New Hope.
Yeah.
You were surprised that everybody died.
Yeah.
Spoilers, but I'm sure everyone has seen it by now. You were really surprised by that, right?
Yeah. I was like, just, what the heck? This is all? Everybody dies after that big journey? I was about to just faint. I could not believe it.
Seriously, it was very surprising, right? Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe it myself. I didn't know how to handle it. I was rather upset. Mm-hmm. But it was a great movie at the same time. Mm-hmm. And all the ways it kind of pointed to Star Wars, like for anybody that was a big Star Wars fan, you saw so much in Rogue One that like linked to Star Wars and stuff. Hands down, favorite Star Wars character of all time.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Why?
He's so wise. So wise.
Is that it?
Seriously, he's like the wisest person. Like everybody trusts him.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was thinking about it. You haven't met Darth Maul yet, right? Darth Maul was weak, and he became, a part of the dark side. Darth Vader started out nice guy, dark, ended up part of the dark side. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker never gave in to the dark side. So I consider them probably the coolest and best Jedis of all time.
Still, Obi-Wan Kenobi's better than Luke.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't know.
He's just a guy. you like Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
You make me want to show you Phantom Menace and the earlier ones now just because I think you'll get a kick out of young Obi-Wan Kenobi. I didn't like those movies that much, but young Obi-Wan Kenobi is awesome.
Young Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yep. Okay, so let's see. Let's do a little footprint here for in time. 7-year-olds. What is the average 7-year-old girl into? You're very unique because of who your dad is, but what's popular?
Popular?
Uh-huh.
Shopkins is like the first
Shopkins.
thing.
Those are like the little characters, and they're still popular.
I mean, all you really do with them is collect with them, but at first when you first get into it, you just like collect them. You're like, okay, I collected them. What the heck do I do with them now? And then you can actually go to the store and maybe for like, I don't know, special treat, your birthday, Christmas, you can buy some and like it like comes with like sets with extra Shopkins. Like for example, I have a whole little like village of Shopkins with the Shopkin truck, and so the Shopkin truck they can go driving around. But that's for example.
Yeah. Let's see. And well, you're obviously into Star Wars now because of me. You're into other things that maybe the average 7-year-old girl isn't into. You're a comic book fan.
I don't think anybody I know is into comic books.
Really?
No.
You know what's interesting? Not everybody was when I was a kid either. Maybe one or two people. You like Spider-Man comics.
I mean, well, we're all into like really, really, really cute stuff. Like there's like some shirts that are like adorable. For example, today at school, this girl in my class, her name's Ariana, and she wore a really cute, adorable shirt. It's a little bulldog with a little collar that was doing the puppy eyes. It was really cute.
Aww.
And then, so there are a lot of cute things, and the word that they always say is, "Aw, so cute, adorable, aw." That's like the main words they say when they say something cute.
I'm back. This is just like your first podcast because you might not remember this, but in your first podcast ever, I think I was making oatmeal for you.
Yeah.
And now I was just making pizza for you.
Yeah.
So we're right on track.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. Here's something else that you've done since you were 4. You've been taking piano lessons now.
Yeah, I think I started piano right after kindergarten. Yeah, when I was in camp ready to go to first grade, or getting ready to go to first grade, I just started it like in the middle/beginning of camp. Mm-hmm. And then I just kept going and going and going.
I think you're very good at it.
Yeah, I've been doing it for over 2 years.
So you can read music now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I know that it's hard work now that we're at this point.
Really hard, but
is anything fun though?
Yeah, it's fun. I like doing triads and stuff like that.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Is there a point where you're like playing a song and you're just happy? Like, oh, that was cool. Yeah, that sounded cool.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I just feel like happy when I play. For example, that song, Malagueña. I really like to play that song.
Yeah? It
just sounds good. And let me tell you, this is a little treat.
Okay.
The best sound to play on that song is either the church organ or the vibes.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I just played it and it sounded really good.
So at some point it has to feel good to just like, okay, I just made music.
Yeah. And sometimes it's like a relief, and other times it's like, oh my gosh, this was like really hard, but I'm glad I did it. But like, sometimes it's like, okay, let's just get over this song and get to the next one, because the next one is fun. So that's how I sometimes feel. A lot of different feelings that you can feel when you do the piano.
You know what I like about this? It's a peek into the mind of a 7-year-old, and you don't see that often. You're just sitting down, you're giving me your ideas, you're letting the world know what's going on with a 7-year-old these days. And I think in today's world, it's kind of nice to get just nice, fresh. It's like going out and picking some flowers, just getting a nice aroma of Molly Marie Celestin's personality. There's something else that we started doing after that podcast. As a lot of you guys out there know, I perform a lot. I do a lot of shows all year long.
Yeah.
It's really tough because it takes me away from Molly sometimes, especially summer, right?
But sometimes in preschool, I feel like we would sometimes have Tuesdays off, right?
Yes.
But sometimes we wouldn't. Sometimes we would, sometimes we
Your
wouldn't.
preschool was designed so that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, actually before preschool too, Tuesdays and Thursdays, you were home with me. And we just had daddy-daughter time those entire days. And then in preschool, it turned out to be Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, we had our time together. So now I see you right after school, but in the summertime, I'm gone a lot.
It's really hard.
Yeah. So what we started to do, probably when you were 4, we started to do a daddy-daughter trip.
Either 4 or 5.
Were
I
you
feel like
5?
I was 5.
How many have we done so
Oh, wait.
far?
I think I just turned 5 when we did.
Okay, because if we've
Like,
done...
hold on. 5, 6, 7. We've done 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I was 5 when I started.
At the end of the summer, folks, what I do, and I recommend this to any of you fathers or mothers, any of you parents out there, if you have a job that takes you away from your child, because it's rough on me. I miss you. You know that? I miss you a lot when I'm really working a lot and on the road so often. So I started to decide that we were going to have a daddy-daughter trip. So what that means is that at the end of the summer, I take 2 or 3 days and just the two of us. We don't even go anywhere majorly extravagant.
Not really. Like,
No.
I mean, when I get a little older, we might go somewhere on a plane, but...
Right. I mean, the 3 trips we've gone on, we just jump in the car. The only thing Molly really cares about is what?
The pool.
Yes, she wants a nice hotel pool because we spend almost a whole day in there. So we go that, and then there's always either some kind of trails or there's like an amusement park or something like that.
Yeah.
And that tends to be But the coolest thing about it, you keep messing with your mic, you're okay. The coolest thing about it is we get this time together. I don't have to go sing. You don't have to do anything, and we're just hanging out. And the probably the most interesting one to me is when we did one in Chicago, which is weird because we live in Chicago.
Yeah, pretty soon this mic's going to drive me nuts.
Oh, it's okay. You're good. Just let it go. We had one in Chicago where we actually just stayed at a cool place with.
Yeah, I'd go there anytime.
Really?
It's nice.
And because then we just walked to the town like we were tourists.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all about just being with you. So anyway, that's been a cool tradition, and that has started since the last time you guys met Molly Marie Celestin. Besides that, I don't know if much else has changed. You're taller.
Stuff
You're faster.
has changed.
You're stronger.
I'm a lot faster.
Oh.
Like, everybody knows now that I'm, like, super fast, and they're happy that I'm on their team in a running game and gym. Like, really happy. It's normal now.
What is it? Are there any movies you'd like to see in the future, or is there any movie you wish somebody would make? What would be your fantasy movie that you wish you could make or watch? Like, somebody make a movie about this.
Me.
Oh.
It could explain my whole lifetime.
Yeah, all those long 7 years.
Yeah, but they could make it when I die, so they like have a full story.
Oh, fair enough. You know what you need to do? You need to write a book about your life when you get older. And then if it's interesting enough, maybe someone will do that.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite song right now?
I feel better when I'm dancing.
Megan Trainor, I Feel Better When I'm Dancing.
Yeah, I like that
That's a
song.
happy song.
And I like all about that bass. Yeah, those are the songs I like.
And what kind of books are you reading? You're not just reading comic books right now. What else are you reading? I'm
reading these books called I Am books a lot.
Oh, yeah. Those are great books. Folks, it's like a historical, it takes a historical figure like Martin Luther King Jr. or Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, I have Abraham Lincoln.
Quite a few amazing.
Abraham Lincoln.
Lucille Ball, that was a fun one.
Lucille Ball. I've been trying to look for that one. I can't find it.
People, look for the I Am books. They're so
They're
cool.
really good.
And they're great. And yeah, great for kids. And the kids, you end up learning true
They're funny.
facts. Yeah, and they're funny. I know. The Einstein one was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so that's cool. And I know you're reading some Nancy Drew right now.
Yeah.
Is that cool or freaking you out or?
Little freaky, but it's good.
I just had a Star Wars conversation podcast with my 7-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's the coolest thing I could ever ask for. Seriously. Well, any message you'd like to give the world? Hey, world, be kind to one another.
Yeah, that should probably be it.
Yeah. Well, that is great. It's been so nice having 7-year-old Molly Marie on. Maybe I'll have you on again when you're 10.
Okay.
And then we'll see what you're up to then. We'll see what a 10-year-old is up to.
Then 13. And then so and so on.
Yes.
I think then
16.
16.
Folks, this has been what I would consider one of the random episodes that's like a breath of fresh air. This is a breath of fresh air.
And I can't believe you just stole my moment of fame trying to figure out what the next number was.
I stole your moment.
No.
Oh. This is tricky, though. Last time you actually ended singing a song. I mean, would you sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Is that too weird because you're 7 now? No? Shouldn't you sing something to close this thing out?
No, I'm not going to.
I can't think of any song that you would sing anyway.
I'm not going to.
Not going to happen? All right, fair enough. Well, she owes us a song, world. Is that right? It's right. So.
I really only sing in front of my family, a little bit of my friends. Well, pretty much only my parents and my 2 best friends, but that's all.
You are a songwriter when you're in the shower because behind that door, I just hear, what
Yeah.
and you write your own songs. I notice, like, taking a shower.
Yeah,
I like Shopkins.
Yeah, I just sing so I can distract myself instead of just being bored. Just okay,
cleaning.
just watching myself. Okay, so I can.
See, you need to sing a line right now, like, I'm on a podcast. Nothing. She keeps zipping her mouth shut. You wouldn't even sing like a, hey. Nothing. Not at all. One little line, one little hum.
No.
Give me 3 words.
It's gonna be hard to join choir.
Sing 3 words out because it's just the 2 of us looking at each other. Go. It could be about anything.
Be kind to the world.
That was kind of the spoken word, but I'll take it.
I don't want to see.
I understand. I know. You know what? I'm a professional singer, and I was afraid to join choir. Isn't that weird?
I'm not afraid, but the only reason I'm joining choir is that there are gonna be other kids there, so I'll be alright.
Yeah.
They're gonna go like, oh, it's just a group of kids. They won't look specifically.
All right. Well, in 3 years, you're going to have to sing a song at the end of that podcast.
Okay.
Okay. Well, folks, we'll see her again in another 3 years if I'm still podcasting by then. This has been very nice. Thank you for sitting down with me.
You're welcome.
Everybody, that's Molly Marie Celestin, 7 years old now. So, wow, what a wonderful time. And thank you again for all of your help because
welcome.
I would not be able to do this if I wasn't able to practice with you years ago on the podcast.
Maybe you should thank Mom for having me in the first place.
It took both of us, though. Yeah, we made you in a mommy-daddy factory.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll learn about that many, many years from now. But anyway, people, enjoy your month, enjoy your week, enjoy your year. Tell everyone to find their smile. Tell them to go find their smile.
Find your smile. Bye.
Very good. I love
Welcome to my life so far. You'd think by now I'd be a star. I may be long-winded, but hey, there's just so much I have to say. Maybe lick your lips when you're hungry. Maybe drop your head when you're sorry. Maybe shake a bit when you're worried. That's